no.
What's going on here?
It's the end of days, man. It's the end of days. It's the apocalypse. It's the apocalypse. That's it. Zip. Done. We're done for. It's all over. It's been a good ride, but it's the end, man.
Care to explain? Well, if you must know about our newly found comrade's mental instability, Funimation was bought out by Sony. Sony bought Funimation.
It's the end. My God. Let me do some research. So yeah, Funimation got bought out by Sony. Sony bought Funimation. And you know what? You know what that means? You know exactly what that means? We're fucked. I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of you are thinking right now. But if you are, then more than likely you're the kind of person that just reads headlines and just goes off of it. And when someone brings you a new piece of information, you're just on there on your keyboard, on your smartphone going, that's not what the title said. That's not the information. Well, guess what? There's more than just a title. And pretty much, everything is not in the title. There's more information, just like what I'm about to provide with you. Funimation being bought out by Sony, yeah, it was a curveball. No one saw it coming. It just came out of left field, out of nowhere. Sony pretty much hinted at it, but we kind of shrugged it off. They just said something about, you know, expanding their IP and delving more into the anime. Well, delving more into anime meant buying Funimation. And yeah, it's something to get you pissed off at first, but you gotta think about it. These two are businesses. These two companies are businesses. They need to be run. And Sony looked at Funimation, saw Funimation's rise, and say, "Hey, we want a piece of that. Get over here. Here's a couple $100 million. Step in our door." Which, you know, technically, the head of Funimation, Gen Fukunaga, said, "Okay." I mean, I'm pretty sure it didn't go that smoothly. Pretty sure there were talks and everything, but that's pretty much how it went down. And Funimation is now part of Sony. Not completely, because Gen Fukunaga has still another 5% of rights to Funimation. You know, he still has that much of the share, while the rest of the 95% shares went to Sony. So does it mean Funimation is dead in the water, fully property of Sony? Almost. But if anything, Gen still has he still has a word, and if anything, he can still stand up and say, "Hey, this is not how I want my company to be run," and you know, we want out. Pretty sure it's gonna be kind of hard to do with the hundreds of Benjamins of worth the billions, not billions, millions of dollars, you know, Sony shelled out for them. Now the main question that a lot of people are wondering is, what is going to happen to Funimation now that it's been bought out by Sony? Well, is it going to go down the shitter? Or is it going to take a complete new path and rise even more so than it has within the last few years? Well, with Sony at its back, there's a lot of ups. There could be downs. And if there are downs, they're going to be horrible. But mainly, within one of the mainly frequently asked questions and one of the public statements Funimation has come out with, that they will continue to do what they've been doing this whole time. Funimation is still going to be Funimation. Again, still going to be top dog, and he's still going to overlook everything. There's no going to be staff changes. There's going to be no studio changes. No anything wrong with the dubs, the simul dubs, licensing, everything, all the properties. They're still going to stay with Funimation. They're just going to be under the big umbrella of Sony now. Sony's just, you know, he's going to be a backer. Sony's just going to look from the sidelines and be like, "Just going to make sure you're doing what you're doing, because you've been doing good, and I like it. Just keep doing it." And Funimation is just going to be, "Aye, sir." Another reason to listen your cause for some concern is Funimation being backed by Sony now means Funimation's got that Sony money. And Funimation's big and all, but compared to Sony's a fucking giant. And Funimation right now is still walking on its legs, still in its teenage years. So, you know, you got a giant looking at this toddler teenager. Yeah, no one's going to step in his way. And especially with these days now that we're with streaming and more places taking more licenses. Netflix, I'm looking at you for Kakagurui. I can't forgive that. I don't want to wait for fucking official. I don't want to wait on an official release that's going to be released when the season is done. I want to watch it now. You know how I got to do that? I got to go to illegal streaming sites. Yeah, pretty sure a lot of people do. What's the big deal? I want to watch my shit legally these days. Got a problem? Fucking fight me. But yeah, licensing rights. Funimation, while it's partnered with Crunchyroll, and for those of you wondering, nothing's happened between those two. They're still going to be partners and everything, unless Sony says so, which I really hope not. But with them, you know, there's more money, there's more possibilities for licensing. But with Funimation being backed by Sony now, they got even bigger pockets of money. They got wells, they got fountains, they got lakes full of money that they can now use for licensing and maybe get ahead of the game. Because Netflix, they're just doing full season releases after it's all over, and with the way anime is these days, everyone wants it now, and they want with the current trend, and after the season's over, it's on a new thing, and even as popular as the last one was, it's not going to be popping as it used to be. It's not going to be huge. It's not going to be fantastic, phantasmal. It's just going to be, oh, wasn't that? Oh, yeah, that's here now. Put it in my backlog. And shit like that, it's kind of frustrating. And also another contender that's stepped in the foot of the anime streaming market is fucking Amazon. And if you know what Amazon Strike is, it's Amazon's anime streaming service. But the bullshit behind that is that Amazon, you have to have an Amazon Premium membership first. And on top of that, you gotta pay another membership just to get Strike. Really? Come on. That's not how you do these things. Someone's gonna go to your service for anime. You don't make them pay 2 walls worth of money just to get it. People aren't gonna do it unless they got buckets of money. And it might be working. It might be working. People desperate enough. I mean, I haven't really seen any titles over on Anime Strike that caught my interest. Hey, maybe they're actually golden nuggets that got taken over, snatched by Amazon that we couldn't get a hold of legally. But, you know, Amazon is like another fucking giant out there. Oh, man, I mean, Amazon. It's Amazon, come on. And they're licensing things now, and it's just like, yo, Funimation and Crunchyroll supposed to be the top dogs in anime, and these fuckers just come in just because they see the money rolling, because they see these two businesses being popular, you know, bringing in their own money, bringing in their own revenue, bringing in profits. So Sony backing up Funimation with the money and everything, possibility of licenses, you know, it's a whole new game. Hopefully. Because if anything, you know, just like within talks of Funimation, all these other studios, like, hey, we were looking at that series. We're hoping to snatch that series for ourselves, buy the license to it. While people at Japan are just like, well, you know, we got better offers from Netflix and Amazon and whatever. So unless you can shell another couple $10 million, you know, it's already theirs. And this is pre-Sony. Damn, I don't even think we can do that with Crunchyroll. And now, with Sony. Okay, how many more do you need to, you know, outbuy those guys? Fuck them. You see? Big plus, big possibilities for Funimation. And, you know, Funimation's, you know, sharing rights with Crunchyroll and everything. It's a good deal. I can see it as a good deal. Let's hope it is. Sony and Funimation. Damn. It's kind of weird, but you got to remember that this isn't the first time that Funimation has been bought out. After a little research and little memory jogging, Funimation got bought out like maybe about 10 years ago, around 2003-ish, 2005, by some other fuck-all company, I can't remember. But, you know, again, he brought that money back. He said, yo, I'm buying Funimation, we're doing this shit my way again. And, you know, brought it to where it is, gave it the attention it deserved. Bring anime the way we have it now. Now, a lot of people are also wondering if, you know, these titles are going to be altered in any way or affected in any way, you know, your Fullmetal Alchemist, your My Hero Academias, the Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Super, all that good stuff, One Piece. if anything's gonna happen to those, just because Sony has their hand on Funimation's shoulder, well, they said no, not really. I mean, Funimation owns these licenses, and like I said, Sony is just watching over them, just making sure they do things right and breaking some of that profit. So Funimation, all their properties and everything, they're still shared between Crunchyroll and whatever other sites they do business with. I mean, Crunchyroll, Funimation Now, Verve. Get Verve, shit's good. And, nothing's going to change. It's all going to stay on their streaming sites, shared, whatnot. They're still going to keep in-house staff for, voice dubbing, screenwriting, subtitling, all that good stuff. So, yeah, a lot of people's panties in a knots for nothing. And, can't really blame them. This is a scary new step for Funimation, and it's just caught us off guard. Let's just hope Funimation still does what they're doing, Crunchyroll still does what they're doing it best, still bringing us anime. Because if anything, like I said, Sony be watching their backs probably like an eagle right now. Because this is still a fresh new thing. They're probably testing out the waters. And if anything goes wrong, something Sony doesn't like, they're going to say, hey, we don't like this. Don't do that. Get rid of that. Cut ties with these people. We don't like that series. No, get it out of here. And if things go down that way, then yeah, things go for the worst. But for right now, big money, big pockets, more anime for us. And hey, you never know. Maybe Sony and their distribution company could bring down Blu-ray prices and everything for the anime Funimation distributes. Maybe you can get it even more frequent or more faster, and maybe a wider range and everything. And speaking of distribution, Sony, they deal a lot with movies. Our anime movies, the ones we barely get to watch. Some of us don't even get to watch at all until they come straight to DVD, Blu-ray. Theatrical releases could be more frequent, maybe even more widely available. Funimation and everyone over there does everything they can, and we get releases. We've been getting more releases frequently. The Fairy Tail movie, Kimi no Nawa, and as much as we want to see them, sometimes they're either too far away, too inaccessible, or just like we catch them on the wrong day, and it's just like it's frustrating. So Sony helping us out with the movies, getting anime movies out there more frequently, and hopefully more accessibly, more theaters. That would be so fantastic. That's another plus in what everyone's seeing in a sea of downs. But like I said, we just all had to see the bigger picture of everything. With that, Sony buying Funimation could be a good start to something. Even though a lot of us are still on the edge. I mean, I'm still on the edge. I see the positives in this, but there's still a possibility of Sony coming and fucking something up, and we're just like, ugh, fucking knew it. But like I said, that remains to be seen. So far, some good things, a few bad things, good things. Hopefully. So yeah, Sony and Funimation. Hopefully it works out, and hopefully shit gets good. It's been good. Hope it gets better. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. I'll leave a link to the frequently asked questions and all that kind of stuff in the description below. Your thoughts, your comments. This is Nigel Asakura signing out. Later. Seriously though, get Verve. Shit's legit.